I'm 78 years old, and I've been sitting alone at my kitchen table a lot lately, thinking about how full my life once looked from the outside and how empty it feels now. Most of the people I built that life for are gone from my daily world. Not dead, just gone. I don't tell this story because I want forgiveness. I don't even know if that's possible anymore. I'm telling it because time has thinned out around me. And when you reach this age, the truth gets louder than your pride. There isn't much room left to pretend. These days are quiet, not peaceful. Quiet in a way that makes you hear things you spent decades drowning out. The refrigerator hum, the clock, your own breathing. I used to think silence meant rest. Now I know it can mean absence. I wake up early, even though there's nowhere I need to be. That habit never left me. 45 years of chasing something teaches your body to stay alert, even when the race is over. I make coffee for one. I sit in the same chair every morning. I look at my phone more than I should, even though it almost never rings. When it does ring, it's usually a reminder. A doctor's office, a pharmacy, sometimes an old colleague who wants to talk about the good old days. We talk about numbers, deals, growth, pressure. We laugh softly. Then we hang up, and the room feels just as empty as before. I have children. I say that carefully now. They're adults. They have their own lives, their own families, their own routines that don't include me very often. They're polite when we speak, kind even. But there's a distance that doesn't come from geography. It comes from years. That distance didn't appear overnight. That's the part I didn't understand when I was younger. I thought damage came from explosions, from shouting, from walking out, from obvious mistakes. I didn't see that you could lose everything slowly, quietly, while believing you were doing the right thing. When I was in my 20s, I was proud of how hard I worked. I had a young wife, a small apartment, and a head full of plans. I wasn't chasing money because I loved money. I was chasing security, respect, a sense that I mattered. I grew up watching my own father struggle. He worked, but it never seemed like enough. Bills were always late. Tension lived in our house like another person at the table. I told myself I would never let that happen to my family. I would be dependable, solid, successful. So when opportunities came, I took them. Extra hours, promotions that meant longer commutes, positions that looked impressive when you explained them at dinner parties. Every step felt reasonable, responsible even. My wife supported me at first. She believed in what I was building because I believed in it. We talked about later a lot. Later we'll slow down. Later we'll travel. Later things will feel easier. Later became a habit. Our first child was born while I was working through a major project. I remember holding that tiny body in my arms and thinking, I'll do better once this settles down. I went back to work the next week. People praised my dedication. I took that praise home with me like proof that I was doing something noble. I missed things, but they felt small at the time. A school play, a birthday dinner that got rescheduled, a weekend trip I backed out of because something came up. I always had a reason. Good reasons, sensible reasons. My wife would sigh sometimes, not loudly, not dramatically, just a tired sound. I noticed it, but I didn't stop. I told myself she understood. I told myself this was temporary. Years passed that way. Promotions stacked up. So did expectations. The higher I climbed, the harder it felt to step away. People depended on me. Projects had deadlines. Clients called at all hours. I was proud of being needed. At home, I was present in body more than in mind. I'd sit at the table, nodding, answering questions halfway, thinking about emails I hadn't sent yet. My children learned which version of me they were getting: the distracted one, the tired one, the one who said, "Not now." I didn't see myself as absent. I saw myself as exhausted. There's a difference, but not the one I thought. My wife stopped asking me to come to things after a while. She didn't argue, she adapted. That should have scared me more than anger ever could have. Instead, I felt relieved. Fewer decisions, fewer conflicts. I thought we had found a rhythm. I was wrong. The damage didn't show itself in fights. It showed itself in silence, in separate routines, in conversations that stayed on the surface. We became efficient partners instead of companions. By the time I noticed something was off, I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know how to be present without feeling restless. Work had trained me to measure my worth by output. Sitting still felt like wasting time. Then came the turning point. Not dramatic, not cinematic. My wife got sick. Not suddenly at first. Small symptoms, fatigue, doctor visits. I didn't always attend because of meetings I couldn't miss. I told myself I would make it up later. The diagnosis came on a Tuesday. I remember because I had a presentation scheduled that afternoon. I sat in a plastic chair in a hospital room, holding a hand, listening to words that didn't fully land. Treatment plans, uncertainty, time. For the first time in decades, work felt small. But habits don't disappear just because reality changes. I still took calls. I still answered emails from the hallway. She watched me do it. She didn't say anything. She just watched. She passed away 2 years later. I was there at the end. That's what I tell myself when the guilt gets heavy. I was there when it mattered most, but the truth is harder. I was there when there was no more time left to be anywhere else. After the funeral, people praised me again for my strength, for my dedication, for how much I had provided. I nodded. I accepted their words. Then they went back to their lives. My children grieved in their own ways. They leaned on each other more than on me. I noticed that. Too late. In the years since, I've tried to reconnect. I've reached out. I've apologized carefully because I don't want to sound like I'm asking them to fix something I broke. Sometimes we have good conversations. Sometimes they feel distant. I don't blame them. Trust doesn't rebuild just because you finally have time. Now, when I look back on those 45 years, I don't see a villain. I see a man making choices that made sense to him at the time. That's the cruelest part. I wasn't careless. I was committed, and that commitment slowly took everything it claimed to protect. I assumed there would always be more time, more dinners, more conversations, more chances to show up differently. I treated time like something I could borrow against the future. The future came anyway. Success gave me comfort, stability, a name people recognized. It did not give me closeness. It did not sit with me when the house went quiet. It does not call to ask how I'm feeling. I'm not telling you this to say ambition is wrong or work is evil. I'm telling you because no one told me what it costs when you let one part of your life consume all the others. The bill comes later, quietly, all at once. If you're listening to this and you're busy, tired, stretched thin, I understand you. I was you. I believed I was doing what I had to do. I believed love would wait. Love doesn't wait forever. People remember how you made them feel, not what you provided. I learned that too late. My children remember a father who was reliable but distant. That's not how I wanted to be remembered, but it's the truth. At my age, you don't get many new beginnings. You get reflections, you get memories, you get long afternoons to think about what you traded away without noticing. I'm not bitter. I'm grateful for what I had. I just wish I had understood the exchange rate sooner. If this meant something to you, sit with it for a while. You don't need to change your life overnight. Just don't assume there will always be another chance to be present. As for me, I'll finish my coffee. I'll sit in this quiet kitchen, and I'll carry this truth with me the same way I carry everything else now. Slowly, carefully, with what time I have left.